Emmanuel, you are head of Group Finance and Transformation. What do I understand by this, Manos? What are your main tasks in this kind of job?
So, good afternoon, Nicola. I work since November. I have been working since November 2022 for RLE International, family business, approximately 150 million euros revenue with 10 subsidiaries from USA, India, China, Iberia, UK, and of course in Germany. This means that this takes a lot of coordination, a lot of financial reporting, management performance, liquidity planning, strategic initiatives. You know that it's in the automotive industry, which I forgot to mention. So it's an industry that has been hit, I would say, severely by the current market situation, and we need to adjust. And it's a job that requires flexibility, strong structure, and very good planning. And we need all these from all these entities to bring it into one plate and let the board, the management, the shareholders to take the appropriate decisions for the future of the business. And this is my main job and my main task, to be able to bring structure, transparency, and be able to shift, to steer the attention and the direction of the board towards the main issues, to do the proper discussions and take the right decisions.
And Emmanuel, when you think about yourself, what do you really like in your job?
I like
main
yes,
skills, yeah.
You like asking me difficult questions, but important questions, Nicola. So I have to explain what I like is the challenge. And what I like, especially with RLE International, is that I started working and I found a finance department that needed a full restructuring, meaning recruitment of new people, new structures, new processes. And this is already in place during the past 2 years. And now the current focus is to improve the management performance, the management discussions, to transform data into information and information into decision making. And this means motivating the team and communicating effectively to the team, requesting to do the important job, and then communicate it to the board. And really, what I mentioned before, being able to shift the attention of the board to the right direction. And this it's like a startup process, like making a startup business. You need to do everything from scratch. But once you do the basic infrastructure of the work, then it becomes very interesting because the information comes and very interesting discussions come into place and very critical decisions are to be made. And I'm part of these decisions. And I know the whole process from end to end. Also, what I like a lot is the multi-culti environment. It's a very international business, and my background overall, from my university that I have studied in the United States, working for a Crédit Agricole in Athens, a French company in Athens, in Greece, and then coming to Techem GmbH, been in the international controlling with 20 international subsidiaries, and now to RL International again, not only with 10 international subsidiaries, but a very multi-culti environment. All this becomes very interesting because you have to discuss, debate about very important issues with a lot of people from different cultures, but it can be a really fun and win-win game here. And I really love this.
Okay, Emmanuel, you are now in an automotive company. But is this your favorite industry, or you like also other industry companies?
Actually, it happened that I'm in the automotive industry. I received a very interesting offer from my current employer, and this was, I had no idea about automotive industry before, and I'm still learning. There is a lot to learn. And to be direct to your question, I can work anywhere. Before I was for many years in the banking industry, service industry, Tech GmbH, which is energy services provided, service industry, but also RL International is not a manufacturing company, it's a service company in the automotive industry. I could work anywhere, everywhere, as long as there is the right environment, the right conditions, and the right objective, the right goal to do this. So since I started in the large corporate of the banking industry, I was in a portfolio of companies, either manufacturing or service industries. And what I have learned there is a lot to do. There is a steep curve at the beginning to learn the industry. But once you do this, being in the finance sector, there is a least common denominator. Everything is pretty much for me the same. Totally different, but the same, because the thinking that you have to put into place is the same. You need to structure the job, understand, interpret, communicate. This is a process of my job.
So that means that you are also spontaneous. You would like to live next to the company in every country?
One of my traits is that I'm quite flexible. I could be anywhere. Again, under the right objectives and the right conditions. If you ask me, would I prefer to stay in Germany? I would tell you probably yes, but under the right conditions, I could be anywhere in the world.
And which kind of languages you speak?
I speak, of course, Greek native language, English, all the years, all of my student life and professional life in English. And my German is on a conversational level, trying to improve.
Yeah, your German it's quite okay. Come on.
But I still want to put higher goals into this, and it's one of my future goals to
And
improve.
you like traveling, Emmanuel?
I like traveling a lot, and don't forget, because my family and my wife's family, both families are in Greece. We have to travel for family reasons anyhow. But apart from this, my wife has been appointed. She works for the European Central Bank in Frankfurt, and she has been appointed for the past 2-3 years in Brussels. So there is a lot of traveling, a lot of hybrid life, a lot of remote life by default. Plus, we like to travel for leisure. So there is a lot of traveling in my life, and I really enjoy it. Many people find it a little bit exhausting, but I'm used to this and I love it.
Ah, nice. That's really nice. Looks like you are so spontaneous with your wife, with your family. That's quite cool, Emmanuel. So, but you do you have professional goals for your future?
Please continue. Sorry. Professional goals, if this is a question, I always want to make steps forward. So when I came to RLE, the main objective was to lead a department. And my current employer provided me this opportunity with generosity and with a lot of trust. And I hope that if somebody asks him, he will tell that I honored his trust, and I still try to honor it. The next step for me is to make a step forward, probably at a clear C-level position, senior finance / C-level position, and lead even a bigger team and in an even bigger company. This could be one goal, but I do not have a strict rule about what this should be. It just needs to be one challenge that I don't have right now. Usually challenge comes with higher level of responsibility. And probably one of my advantages, let's say one of my competitive advantages, is that I'm not afraid of responsibility. And when I took the challenge from my current employer, it was a really difficult challenge due to the situation back then of the finance department. But for me, it was an opportunity. And at the end, it was really an opportunity. So I think it goes both ways. You cannot want step forward, you cannot want a promotion, a higher role, more money, without accepting a higher level of responsibility. It goes along.
Okay. And what kind of working conditions are very important for you?
Good communication, I would say, is number one. And right now, this is what I have with my current CEO and shareholder. We have a very strong level of communication and trust. And this makes my life easier. And saying life easier is not working less or taking less responsibility or less actions, but this level of trust helps me to be able to think without stress, without feeling always on the defense line. And I like apology for, so the level of trust is very important. A very good communication is very important because this allows me to take initiatives, to try always to improve without feeling that I'm on the defense line. And this is something that I have at work. And after it was the first time that I felt such a level of trust and such a good level of communication that for me, for any future position, is a prerequisite, I would say, because I think it's a key to success. Other than that, due to the hybrid level of my life, I would say flexibility from both sides, from my side and from my future employer, as well as could be traveling, could be flexibility, hybrid mode of work. This would be something desirable. And last but not least, I would feel that it's very useful for both parties to have clear goals, clear objectives, clear expectations. What is my task? What do you expect from me to deliver to you? Because at the end of the day, I know that at whatever position I go, I need to deliver. But it's good to know because it's good to shape, plan the objectives together.
Yeah, trust is always so important, but in your job and finance job and transformation job and digitalization, everything is so important with trust and responsibility. Emmanuel, and what are you doing in your free time? You have a hobby or you have a passion? A private passion?
I would say that one passion is cycling, both doing cycling and watching cycling, like some big tours like Tour de France, which I love. I used to be at my, when I was young, when I was a junior, I used to be at the national cycling team of Greece. So this is something, it's a secret passion. I don't have so much time to follow. I don't have time to do it. But even doing cycling in the city is still a joy. Of course, doing jogging, working out. But other than that, I would say that I love animals and I have two cats. And besides this, I like politics, and especially at the times that we go through with the climate change, with Trump's new agenda, with the war in Ukraine, with the high inflation. It's not just a passion. It's not like just a personal interest. I think it's very vital to where we're going to be able to foresee, not only for my personal interest, but also for my job, to foresee what is the macroeconomic environment that we live, because this helps also being in the transformation in the strategic side of the finance, to be able to advise, to foresee dangers, opportunities as well. It's not only dangers, it's opportunities. But many of these dangers and opportunities arise from the macroeconomic environment. I happen to be a fan of politics and watching news, trying to understand trends, trying to understand where the society is moving. So it's one task that I'm doing. Of course, very last but not least is that I have, and I would say it's my new passion now. I should not say it last, but it's not, let's say, a hobby. It's my new baby. I have a 2 months born baby, and this is a big love. And this is I dedicate, I guess, all the time. I don't do cycling right now. I don't work out. I don't watch a lot of politics. I take care of my baby together with my wife. But this gives me a lot of strength. Of course, it's a bit time consuming, but I feel that I charge my batteries with the baby because I give love, I gain love out of this, and it's one more reason for me to try to improve myself and become better.
Wow. Wow. Wonderful. Heartful. Grateful.
Thank you so much.
Manuel, I wish you all the best in your career. It's an amazing story around your private life, your job, your goals, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much that we could have a little view in your life. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Nicola, for your kind and transparent communication and for being a gentle hostess
Yeah.
into this discussion. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Goodbye.